Well, hi, and welcome to Oops, All Reborn, a Critical Nerds podcast. Have you ever wondered what it's like the moment a reborn is born again? What would happen to them? What would they do? What would they feel? What's their very first thought? I wondered that too. So, join us for a short little mini campaign, about 4 to 6 sessions, on what it's like when you're first reborn. But what if it happens to more than just you? Maybe an old adventuring party? Well, stay tuned to find out. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I think that's it. Everyone ready for the intro? Because it's a little in-depth, and yeah, it's going to be fun. Comments, questions?
No?
Let me timestamp where we are. Alright. Why do we tell stories? Stories shape us. They carry our history, define our identity, and give meaning to the paths we walk. Stories are how we remember, how we learn, and how we dream. From the greatest epics to the quietest whispers, stories are the heartbeat of existence. But what happens when a story is forgotten? When names are lost, legends fade, and history crumbles into dust. Without a story, who are you? And what happens if you're given a chance to write a new one? To weave a fresh tale into the threads of fate, to defy what was and forge what could be. All of these questions will be answered in our upcoming campaign. But first, let's ask a simpler one. What is a story? Belvedere, what's a story to you?
Something that is interesting, where you can get experiences from a different perspective.
Wait, what's a story to you?
I forgot I wasn't. No. A way of sharing knowledge and usually what's the term? A lesson.
Wookie, what's a story to you?
A story is something that creates a world that isn't there, but also shares knowledge and experiences that others learn throughout the years and decades.
Frost, what's a story to you?
Something that happens in another world, another time, another perspective, another someone.
And Pete, since you're listening, you can chime in on this. What's a story to you? You've written stories, sir.
I'm working. Can't talk.
Okay. Like I said, he's working on a story. Yep. A story is a journey. A tale of heroes, villains, triumph, tragedy, of choices and consequences. A story is what we create together, shaping it with each decision, each roll of the dice, each unexpected twist. And tonight we'll begin one. Well, 5. Death isn't always the end. The Reborn exemplify this, being individuals who have died yet somehow still live. Some Reborn exhibit the scars of fatal ends, their ashen flesh or bloodless veins, making it clear that they're touched by death. Other Reborn are marvels of magic or science, being stitched together from desperate beings or bearing mysterious minds in manufactured bodies. Whatever their origins, Reborn are given a chance at a new life and seek experiences and answers. Reborn sometimes suffer from some manner of discontinuity or an interruption of their lives or physical state that their minds are ill-equipped to deal with. Their memories of events before this interruption are often vague or absent. Occasionally, the most unexpected experiences might cause sensations or visions of the past to come rushing back. Rather than sleeping, reborn sit and dwell on the past, hoping for some revelation of what came before. Most of the time, these are dark, silent stretches. Occasionally, in a moment of peace, stress, or excitement, a reborn gains a glimpse of what came before. But you never hear of the first day they woke. What happened then? How did they deal with that first moment? That realization that something isn't right. And what if they don't remember anything? What is life like before being reborn? Is it a blank, weightless void where you are neither alive or dead? Does it feel like floating in dark water or suspended in midair? The absence of any sensation or awareness could go on for eons without you knowing. Then bam, that first sensation that something is different. An awakening of your senses. Thoughts start to flit through your mind as you start to realize that something has shifted. Then that first realization that hits you that something's changed, and awareness sets in. And your eyes open. The moment you open your eyes, you were met with shades of gray. All around you is silence. One tiny single heartbeat fills your body with warmth. Your limbs twitch, stiff and unfamiliar, as you struggle to understand where you are. The air around you feels both alien and comforting, as though it was meant for you, yet you can't remember who you are. A sharp pang of loss grips your heart, as if you're trying to recall something you've forgotten, but that moment slips away. Your fingers tremble as they touch the ground beneath you. Rough stone and dirt, cool to the touch. You pull yourself up to your feet, disoriented and uncertain as the world around you comes into focus. Slowly, the fog clears from your mind, and you know, deep within, something's not right. Can you all roll me initiative to see who wakes up first, please? You have a -1 to your initiative as a reminder, and it's at disadvantage. You can roll with any type of dice, digital or real dice. I don't care. So an 8 for the wiki. All right. Frost with the 0. So a 10 for Bill.
So I beat that.
Yep. You're still dead, sir. Really dead. Deader than dead. What did Wade get?
It would be a 9 for me because I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Computer being slow. 7.
7. Yeah. 0, 7, 8, 9. All right. When we get our other guy, we'll figure that out later. So, Belvedere, you are the first to wake up. What do you think wakes you up? What's that first? What do you do? What happens? Is it a breath? Is it a sensation? What is it?
I would assume that it's going to be one of two things. Roll, I guess. 20. That sounds about right. I assume that I pee myself.
Okay.
Feel the warmth, feel the confusion, open my eyes for the first time, and I don't know, what time of day is it?
There's no light. It's just shades of gray in here.
I don't know if I open my eyes then or not. I feel around.
Okay. I want you to take a self-assessment of your immediate surroundings. Give me a con save followed by a medicine check and then an investigation. All at disadvantage and you're at a -1. So we'll start with the
Con save is 14.
Okay.
Medical is 7.
Okay.
And what was the last one?
Investigation, please.
Investigation will be 11.
Okay. As a reminder, all your passives are a 9, basically. So, the 14 con save. You feel fine. You're a little warm in the midsection. You don't feel sick. You don't feel really anything. No heat other than the lower half again. It's a little damp and chilly in here. Your medicine check of yourself to notice scars, wounds, or any physical changes in you. Your skin is quite pale. Even the shades of gray, you'd be able to tell it's skin. You know it's skin. How you know that? Kind of hard to tell, though. Words start to... What's the first word you think of? Or what's your first thought?
Probably water. I imagine my throat is dry or scratchy. I'm not really thirsty, but on instinct, something came out. Something needs to go in.
Okay. Yeah, you don't feel thirsty, though. At all. But...
And then as the air kind of touches me, I would imagine that I feel cold.
Not a lot of air.
In the fetal position.
It's like the only air you would feel is the air of you moving. There's not a lot. It's more stale and
but
you'd be able
the
to
pee
tell.
is only warm for a few seconds.
It is only warm for a few seconds. Your skin, though, even with the you're pale, translucent a little, and shadowy veins spread all across your body. Next awake, Wookie. Again, what wakes you up? What's that first moment like for you?
Would we be next to each other?
Ish. Like 6-7 feet away from each other.
Not close enough for that then. Oh well.
It's just a dribble.
Yeah, it's just a dribble.
Probably the smell of the urine.
Okay. As you take your first breath, you take a breath in, and that's your first scent, because you have to breathe in to smell.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely would catch that urine smell, but you know what it is, but that's the first time you've smelt that before, even though you know what it is. This is brand new information, new scents. Your first scent is urine. That's different. Before even the dirt and the rock that you notice around you, that you're, like, in. Can I please have a con save, a medicine check, and an investigation roll?
Con save?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a 2.
1 or 2.
That's a 2.
Medicine.
A
4. And that last one. Oof. Ah. That cursor still rolls.
You don't know what the hell's going on. But your panic is starting to set in. And if you don't figure something out soon, I'm going to have you roll on the madness table.
Okay.
The only thing you'd be able to tell as you open your eyes and look around and smell, someone right near you smells like that urine. And after everyone else wakes up, I will describe what you look like.
Okay.
Wade, what's the first thing you realize? What's that first moment for you?
Probably a pain. Not an actual pain, just a memory of a pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's like lower half, just sort of jolt awake
So you're bolting up.
as it comes back,
Excellent.
before it quickly disappears, and I forget what I was worrying about.
What's your first thought or word? Are you going to speak right away, or are you going to take stock?
I think the other sort of instinctively, not knowing why, cry out in pain.
Female voice comes out. Quiet. A little ethereal. You do notice you're quite, as you come up and take a look around. I'll take a con save, a wisdom, medicine roll, and an investigation, please.
Con and medicine.
Yep. And an investigation. Okay, well, right away, that's shit. Okay.
5.
Okay.
And a 4.
Okay, and an investigation.
Oh,
Okay.
10.
All right. Yeah, again, it's just that whatever brought you awake, you don't really, that feeling's gone, that pain's gone. All sensations are gone. Hardly any wind other than what you disturbed. You definitely notice a little bit, but you haven't had time to really take a look yet. The only thing you would notice with your 10 investigation, you are stark naked, and you're quite tiny. Frost. Eventually, something, maybe a scream, wakes you? What happens when you first wake up, sir? What's that first moment for you?
I think it would be more. I'm technically still asleep. You know, that seconds before waking up fully. You know, your body's starting to turn back on, and all of a sudden you just hear something in your mind yelling, "Wake up!" And it causes you to just eyes jolt open, and merely head up, looking around like the hell just yelled at me.
Okay. Can I have a con save, a medicine check, and an investigation roll, please? Only one of you have hit the DC to learn something. Okay, right away you're screwed with that. Okay, I'll just take a medicine roll and investigation. All right, okay, you're doing about as good as I thought. Okay. Something weird's going on. Or is it weird, or it's just... Huh. You definitely don't feel alone, though. You all sense movement around each other. Can I have perception rolls from all of you, please? At disadvantage.
Oh.
Your passive will not catch this. So we've got a 10, a 5, a 9. Ooh. Okay. Alright, not the best at all. Okay. It's dark. You can make out shades of gray, not too far. But, actually, do Reborn even have dark vision? I don't think they do. No, you don't. Okay. There's just a little bit of movement. And yeah, you hear people around you. You hear movement. What would you guys like to do? It's all on you guys now.
I immediately call out saying, "Who's there?" Because I was woken up by something yelling. So I'm like immediately thinking, "Who's there?" as I try to look around and knowing I can't really see anything, but still, hopefully somebody or something says something.
I see my head jerks that way, and
Yeah,
I
you're pretty much in
cautiously
like a...
reach out a hand, but nothing's there.
What would you guys like to do? It's all on you guys for a second.
I
Suppose just, like, slowly get up into sort of crouch position,
Mhm.
trying to hide in the darkness.
Mhm.
I'm just staying still and quiet.
I'd like to try locate an exit or a way out of here.
Okay, I will take perception rolls, please. Disadvantage is making this so much fun.
Ah, perception, my most
Mhm.
cursed roll.
Well, you definitely hear someone. Where they're coming from, whether it's in front of you, like over here, it's hard to pinpoint unless you keep talking and looking. But slowly, as your eyes adjust to the darkness that you're in, you see a tiny, tiny little bit of light coming from about 40 feet away. So tiny that it's just like a sliver coming through something. Not enough to see all around you well, but it's a guide.
I keep poking at myself and the things around me in the darkness as I rediscover the sensation of touch.
Have you stood up yet?
No.
Okay. You definitely feel loose dirt, rock, and what seems to be like head-sized boulders scattered around your area.
I poke myself in the eye at some point. Do I have hair?
You have wiry hair, quite a bit of it. It's all over the place. Quite long. You're all naked, by the way. Wookie and Frost, you both have fur. You're nice and warm.
It's a plus.
Wade, there's not a lot to you. You're skin and bone, and as you feel around, you have some sort of wings with a lot of holes in them. You even have holes through your stomach, holes through your back. You can almost get an arm right through and reach behind you. You're quite tiny, though.
I was just like, how large are these boulders then? If I'm
About your
tiny.
size. It's hard to tell for you, but you know you're quite small and female. The rest of you know you're male.
I'm going to try and scramble top one of these seemingly quite large boulders
Okay, can I have a dex save, please?
to get a good view. Dex save.
Okay. That's
The
actually
highest
one of
roll
the
so
better
far.
better rolls so far for one. Yeah, you're climbing over this like, hey, I've done this before. I know what this is. I don't remember why I know what this is. But you're moving pretty good. It's almost like you're feeling your way through. But eventually you would run into one of these people, and you definitely feel fur on two of them.
I'm going to start patting at this furry column I've walked into.
We'll say it's Wookie. Wookie, you feel something grab you at, like, under your knee.
Hello there.
And as you look down and you look up with the thin little bit of light, Wookie, you're tall and, like, quite shaggy and lanky, You have claws. You have sharp teeth. You have sharp feet. It's really getting to know this new body. You're probably going to trip and stomp on stuff. You're not heavy, but awkward. But Wade, you see something. You don't really... It's hard to tell with a little bit of light in here. But they're a large creature and they're quite furry. Claws, their toes are a little sharp. If they stepped on you, it would really, really, really hurt.
Yeah, I'm taking what to me feels like 20 feet steps back.
Mhm.
So it's about 5 feet back.
Yep.
Hello up there. Careful where you step, please.
Yeah, I can't make promises. This is an odd occurrence.
And for the rest of you, it's like, you understand each other. It's like, how do I know how to talk?
I hear the ball. How do I reach out? Do I see anyone?
Give me a perception roll, please, sir.
Sweet. 8.
Okay. An 8's enough to, with the thin little bit of light, you're getting, like, glimpses of movement, but until you get, like, pretty much up close, your eyes are getting to the point where they're adjusting to the such low, dim light in here that you're starting to get shapes, but it's hard to tell what they are. But after a minute or two, you would definitely know where everybody currently is, and that you're really only in a room that's maybe 30 by 30. It's round. There's boulders everywhere. You are almost tripping over them. You gotta go slow. But eventually you find yourself near a very tiny creature with... It's hard to tell, but you think wings. You don't know why you know they're wings. And 2 furry creatures. One's about close to 8 feet tall. The other, Frost's character's about 5 feet, long, floppy ears. Yeah, Frost, you have long, floppy ears and some sort of fluffy tail behind you. But all the fur is, spotty and matted.
All of you begin to hear, clicking and slapping in response to your sounds. Because I assume since I don't need to breathe, I haven't realized that I need to breathe to talk yet, so I'm just making noise.
Yeah, if you haven't taken a breath, you haven't needed to. You don't feel thirsty yet, either. No stomach pain, no nothing. You'd be able to tell you're in the middle of the one with floppy ears and the other big guy. Maybe 6 feet-ish. You don't feel strong? No. You don't feel weak, but you don't feel strong.
If our physiology seems the same, I guess I'll attempt to stand up.
Okay.
Mimic them.
Beautiful. Just give me a dex save as you take your first step, sir. You don't fall over. Because you only got a 1. And that wasn't a nat 1. Nat 1's the only way you're going to fall something. But you do definitely stub your toe on something.
Alright. I know how to stand up.
Not
That's
enough to take a damage, though. But definitely, yeah. You're all around.
How tall am I?
You're about 6 feet.
Perfect. So as I fall over, I hit the bunny. Because
Frost.
you said he was about 6 feet away.
Yep. Frost. You feel something slap against the side of you and go thump.
Pretty much reacting like, what the hell? Is that somebody? And I kind of poke you.
As I'm grabbing onto a furry leg, I'll poke you back.
You get skin. You know what skin is. You don't remember why, but he's definitely got skin.
Unless you got my beard.
No beard. Sorry, sir.
Oh, I thought you said I had wiry hair. Just on the head.
Just on the head.
All right, I'm Jewish. Got it.
You also have pointy ears, Belf. But they're kind of like frail. One's pointy, the other's like a little lopsided. But you're skin and bone. There's not a lot to you. Like, no holes or nothing, but you'd be able to tell there's a lot of, like, black veins running through the entire body. How hung you want to be, I'll leave that up to you.
If I feel through his fur that he's more similar to me, then I'll just...
quite similar, and there's parts on him where, like, it's like the fur's almost, like, shaved down to skin, almost. But there are spots on him that does have, like, quite a lot of fur.
Yeah, same sort of like...
Yeah.
As I'm realizing I'm being groped, I'm trying to get away from him as much as possible, as fast as possible, because he'll let me go. Stop.
Dex save, please, sir. Are you heading towards the light?
Probably. That way I could turn around and have it towards my back, so I can probably see what's there.
Okay, I will take a dex save, please, to see if you trip on anything. You can't see that far down yet. Like, you got about, like, a foot of...
That's in that one, so 0. Yeah.
You trip over something and land hard against something else. Not enough to take any damage, but you are definitely bruised.
As he gets out of my range, then I'll attempt to stand up. And if I know of such a thing, then I'll present the international symbol of peace.
Give me a wisdom history roll to see if you remember that, sir. A 6.
I probably do not.
A 6 is something, it's like, I know I should be doing something here. I don't remember what that is, though. But, like...
It's like an over-friendly wave.
Yeah. Or like the Queen's wave. It's like, it's right, but it's wrong. After this time, we're going to say
just
you guys...
to grab it with the other hand.
This is the, first 5 minutes of waking up. What's on everyone's mind? We'll go back to initiative. Belv, what's on your mind right now?
I think that there's just a stiffness of the mind. Like, everything's familiar enough that he should know, but he hasn't figured anything out yet. It's more like a confused panic than like a terror panic.
Okay.
Like he's, I don't know, like when you're awake but your body doesn't function, he's kind of the opposite of that. His body is like moving, but his mind is still like trying to catch up.
Okay. So the body and mind are still not melding for you. Okay. So I will take a perception roll at disadvantage still. Once you finally start to get better and more acclimated, some of these rolls will be a straight roll. A 4. Yeah. There's something still... You're thinking too much, and the body doesn't know how to react. Wookie, what's on your mind as you're lumbering around in this weird, large, furry form?
Trying to figure out why we're in here to begin with, and then why I am who I am.
Okay. I will take another perception roll and then a history roll, please. Okay. That's a 1.
That's the perception.
Yep. I can take your passive for that. That's fine. Ooh, a nat 20 and then a 2. Oh! You're in some sort of round, stone-filled, dirt-filled. You would, by now, after 5 minutes, some sort of cave with boulders all around you. Why you are who you are? With that roll, probably because you should be you. You feel like you. You don't remember being you. But yeah, it's like I'm moving. I think my arm moves, and it moves. It has to be me. I don't remember this body. I've never seen it before. Wait, what's on your mind? Because you are lumbering around feeling tiny and fragile.
A weird feeling that everything is too big.
Mm-hmm.
Brain's not yet connected that I am small,
Mm-hmm.
and so by assumption, everything feels like I feel like I'm surrounded by giants.
They sound like giants because they keep flopping and falling and landing. Yeah. You know for a fact if one of them lands on you, it's gonna hurt, especially the big guy.
Every action I'm doing, even speaking, feels more of an instinctive response. Mm-hmm. But then once the action's over,
yeah,
just realizing, yeah, why did I do that? That doesn't make sense. Why?
Yeah.
And then just something up instinctively gets caught in the loop of why did I do that? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. And Frost. It's been a weird morning for you. If it is morning, you don't remember?
After being groped against, consent,
mm-hmm.
and, falling, then merely scurrying away and kind of like in like the fetal position, but I'm like sitting up type of way, just shaking, like trying to look towards the direction of where everything was, because I'm currently right now a scared little rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and
you don't
am
know
I
you're
5
a
feet
rabbit.
with what? I know, but like, am I 5 feet
in and around there? Yeah,
ears, or 5 feet before ears?
With the ears, sir.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you definitely know. Like you're different than the rest. The big guy's close to you, but yeah. Also,
I'm huddled up. I'm technically prone, but I'm like sitting, wrap my arms around my legs, and just kind of shaking and ears down.
Yeah.
Realizing I have long ears.
Yeah.
Like just looking in the direction of where I just came from. Like, what was that?
You
What was that?
try
What was
to
that?
make
What was
them
that? What was
stand
that?
up straight, but they just flop. And you guys would all notice that the big guy, his voice is like deep, guttural a little. Almost as if a bear's trying to roar at you while he's trying to speak. You can still understand him. He's speaking a language you know, which is weird. And you guys all realize it's like, I know something other than just common. There's another language there. Don't remember needing it right now, or it's just more of a realization of weird. As memory, like knowledge, slowly starts to come in. So eventually you guys all make it to the little light source that's coming through. And at this point, with the light helping, even though it's just a tiny little sliver, I will take perception rolls at just a normal roll. Because the light's going to help you see. For some reason, in Brandon's brain, before I realized, I thought Reborn's got dark vision. These are better rolls.
Even if it's straight.
Okay. You definitely
17.
notice as you... Everyone except the tiny little thing. A couple of you notice you're definitely at an entrance somewhere that has been caved in. And as that realization comes through, you look around and it's like something caved this entire cave in on top of you. When, you don't know. How, you don't know. Who did it. but it looks like at some point something happened to crush this entire area, and especially the entrance. And you're going to have to dig your way out.
It seem like something natural, or would it seem like bricks, carved stone?
I will take an survival or arcana roll. I think survival is the better option here. Survival at disadvantage.
I'd like to join in on this one.
Yep.
I assume it's a 3, so I don't know.
Yep.
I'm mouthing words, still trying to figure out why everyone else is making sound.
Yeah.
How big is the opening that's letting light in?
Like a finger could poke through it, but you have to go through a lot of rock to get to it.
One of my fingers or one of their fingers?
Not your finger. Well, yours is smaller, so definitely yours
So,
would
like,
go in.
my entire head
The
could
big
fit through?
no. You'd get an arm through. The big guy would get a finger through. But you definitely notice that and realize you're going to have to move a lot of these boulders and rocks to get out. As that realization comes, I need athletics rolls from everyone as you try to dig your way out. Wookie, you would know that this is a job that you should be better at than the rest of them because of your size. But they're moving things the same as you. It's weird.
So the 14 is my attempt to just will myself to be on the other side of the rocks.
Yep.
Which I assume doesn't work.
Nope.
And then as I reach for what should be a larger rock, I assume my 5 means that I cannot lift it. And there's probably like a noticeable strain and concern on the face as I surprise myself by not being able to do either thing.
Yeah. No nat ones, so no one's causing a cave-in yet, which is good. You guys all realize as you're going through this, you're gonna probably all have to work together, or at least in 2s and 3s. You should, like, at your size, for mainly Wookiee, this should be an easy job, but your maybe new limbs, it's hard to tell, but even the little one is doing almost the same as you, which is weird. I'll let you guys RP your way through this. This will take you... I don't need really any other rolls unless you want to roll to get through this part. If you would like to roll, we'll do a couple more, but as long as you don't get a nat 1, then you're not going to cause a cave-in and potentially hurt one of you dramatically. So I'll leave you guys to RP this for a bit. This will take you 3 hours to dig yourself out. There's a lot here.
Anybody else?
Fly up to the hole.
You try your wings.
Trying to see out. No. Eye.
Oh, your eyes.
Trying to look through the hole.
It is too tall right now. You could try to climb and look through, yes. I will take acrobatics at disadvantage for that.
Could I assist them in just picking them up?
I'm okay with that. If you want to do a straight... It's not more height, it's depth. So if you wanted to try and climb a little and lift her there... Yeah, then I will take a... give me a athletics roll from you at disadvantage to see if you can pick them up. Okay, an 8's enough. He doesn't weigh a lot. He's pretty tiny, even though you're not quite beefy. That's enough to be able to lift him a little and assist.
Okay.
So I will take a perception roll after you give me a acrobatics roll, please. With the help. So it's a straight roll for you, Wade. with your acrobatics. And of course, you get a nat 20, sir. Beautiful.
For acrobatics.
All right. It's a nat 20, even with the -1, it's still a nat 20. This is a good reward for you, sir. You feel this large creature pick you up. You can be able to tell he's struggling a little bit. But as he reaches out and shoves you through a whole bunch of stuff, and you take a quick little peek through, there's definitely a lot of light on the other side. Eerie glow, but enough to be able to see. From where you currently are, you don't really see a lot other than an opening that if you dig through, you'd be able to climb yourself through with gentle ease. And I will take a perception roll, please. It's a lot of light, so it's just a straight roll. A 10's enough to be able to tell that...
That is at disadvantage.
Oh, so they're 18. Beautiful. Even better. The 18 is enough to be able to tell that, yeah, there's hope on the other side. We got to get out. You don't really see anything else other than an opening, but it's a bigger opening, and you'd be able to move quite easy. And you definitely, as soon as you get closer to the light, you do notice that you are quite pale and almost see-through. You do have lots of hair, though. Mm-hmm.
I'll sort of crawl my way back to the others.
Okay.
Well, looks like there's a way out.
As long as there's a way out, I'll move as much as possible.
How long have we been digging at this point?
I'd say you're about 20 minutes in by the time you could get the tiny little creature towards the light. Still going to take a while to make a big enough hole for the big guy to get out. That's your problem. But you'd be able to, move enough rock and stuff to get the little one through first. If you wanted. But whether or not she'd be able to climb back in on her own from the other side, that's still hard to tell.
I'm likely just waiting at this point for someone to hand me another boulder or rock.
Cool. Then I will take one final athletics roll from all of you at just a standard roll because you're all helping each other. As long as you don't get in at 1, we're all Gucci.
13.
I
Wasn't
threw out
that
my back.
At least it's not a nat 1, sir.
You're fine. It's nat 2.
It's a nat 2. Okay. Over the course of the next few hours, you guys make what you'd know a safe enough route through here. And as you keep going, the light gets bigger. The light gets more lights coming through. And you're starting to finally see what you think is the light of day, but it's just another cave. And as you guys all push through to the other side...
We're starting to discern color now?
Color, yes. There's enough light. Oddly enough, there's no... You'd know, this light should be either a torch or something, but the glow is coming from the rock around you and a little bit of lichen. Almost like a bioluminescence, but it's brighter than... Well, it's bright. Whether or not you remember seeing it before, it's just that sense of... This is familiar. I just don't know or remember why.
At some point, I will remember that I need to breathe to speak. I will probably start to speak in Infernal. I don't know if anyone would understand me or not, but if no one answers, then I will remember and start to speak in Common.
Did any of you choose Infernal as your other language? No. They don't understand.
Why are we here?
They don't understand you, Belvin Infernal.
No. Eventually he'll clue in and switch.
Okay.
No.
You guys, he spoke a language that you don't know and then switched to common. I'll leave that on you.
Odd.
You okay? It sounds like you had something caught in your throat there for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a swear word.
Why are we here?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Whom do you serve?
That's an idea. Now we have some light. Let's see what you look like.
Beautiful. Let's do this in an order of initiative, which is actually Bell first. You all see an ethereal haunting presence. Pale, translucent gray skin marred by shadowy veins that pulse with the essence of some other realm. Your long, unkept black hair drifts weightlessly as though caught in an unseen current. Your piercing, ghostly eyes shimmer with an eerie glow, betraying glimpses of forgotten memories and lost emotions. Your body is lean, wiry, sculpted by both hardship and unnatural endurance. The scars upon your flesh tell silent stories of past suffering and rebirth, some fading as if time itself forgot them. Wisps of darkness cling to you like an unseen shroud, shifting subtly with your movements. It's as if the very air around you mourns your existence. You walk around the world unburdened by mortal trappings. No cloth, no armor, no weapons. Your very presence a testament to the detachment from the material. Whether you stride with purpose or drift like a ghost, you are a being of shadow and sorrow, a lost echo of something once whole. I will show you your picture, and I will take history rolls from everyone to see if you remember that he is a Shatter Kai. Or was.
I'm sorry, Brendan. You keep cutting out for me.
Oh, sorry, that's me. It's just how I talk.
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
No worries. Just give me history rolls, and I will show you a bigger picture of him.
17.
2.
So I put a hand out and roll 20, so you can take a look at your characters anytime you need to. Alright, so the 7, the 5, 2... Ooh, Frost. For some reason, the word Shatter Kai comes to mind. That's what race he currently looks like the body is, even though it's quite different and quite odd. But that's who you see. Next is Wookiee. This is a fun picture. I hope you enjoy it. You are a towering, hunched figure covered in thin, matted fur of white and shadowy brown. Your long limbs and oversized hands give you a looming presence, while your yellow eyes gleam with a mixture of primal instinct and quiet intelligence. Your massive clawed feet pad silently over the earth, and your broad shoulders carry the weight of an ancient past lost to time. Without clothing, armor, or weapons, you appear as a creature fully in tune with the wilds, moving with an effortless grace of a predator, yet exuding an air of solemn wisdom. Your fur is tangled with leaves and dirt, as if you have walked the untamed world for ages, neither belonging to civilization nor fully forsaking it. History rolls again, please, to see if you remember that he's a bugbear.
Oh.
Frost again. The 12's enough. Yeah. There's something in there. There's some sort of bear in your head. You're right at the edge of medium and large. That's where you hover at. Wait. As the light hits you and you finally see whatever it is, you are a ghostly wisp of a being, translucent skin reflecting the pale glow of moonlight. Brittle wings, once shimmering with the vibrancy of the Feywild, are now tattered and riddled with holes, giving you the appearance of a moth battered by time. You wear nothing but the remnants
of... completely cut that out. Didn't hear that
really?
sentence.
Sorry. I will...
Do you have...
into the microphone, please?
I am. That's
echo?
the fun part. I don't know. I think it's just Discord not liking me sometimes. It could be because I'm recording. I know. Anyway.
Do you have echo cancellation on?
Oh, I probably do, yes.
I find that usually does it.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, Christopher likes to screw with crap all the time.
I will turn echo canceling off and see if that helps. Okay. I will start again for you. You are a ghostly wisp of a being, translucent skin reflecting the pale glow of moonlight. Brittle wings, once shimmering with the vibrancy of the Feywild, are now tattered and riddled with holes, giving you the appearance of a moth battered by time. You wear nothing but the remnants of a forgotten enchantments that swirl like mist around you, obscuring your form just enough to remain ethereal and dreamlike. Once a radiant Fey spirit, something perhaps a curse, a betrayal, or the unraveling of magic itself, left you untethered from the world you knew. Now you are neither fully alive nor truly dead, drawn to places where forgotten spirits whisper and lost souls linger. Despite your frail appearance, your eyes glow with an eerie luminescence of your presence, and it carries a melancholic beauty, as though as you are a fading echo of a song no one remembers. History rolls to see if anyone knows what a fairy is.
4.
Belvedere. That's a 16.
Apparently.
Yeah. She's a fairy. A fucked up looking one. But a fairy, nonetheless. You'd be able to tell that those wings are probably never going to work, though. They're not even moving. They're just there. They look dead. She looks dead.
I think we all kind of do.
A little bit, yeah. You're starting to look that you're starting to be able to tell that, yeah, you're all like albino-esque almost. And Frost. Where did I put you? A striking figure with pure white fur, giving you an almost spectral presence. Tall, upright ears and a pink nose. The ears keep flopping. Piercing, ice blue eyes hold an unsettling wisdom, as though you've seen some shit beyond the veil of death. You will wear no armor, no cloth, no weapons. Your fur, unmarred by any sign of war or hardship, makes you almost untouched by the world. Yet there's an air of something lost, something missing. You move quite silently as your powerful legs look ready to spring at a moment's notice. See if everyone remembers what a Herringon is.
Of course I don't get that, Nat.
So we have an 11, a 3, and a 7, and a 4. Yeah. None of you really know what the hell he is. Kind of looks like a rabbit. Just a taller one. You know what a rabbit is. Some sort of rabbit folk, but none you really know.
I rolled a 2 on myself, so I don't know what I am.
You don't know what you are. None of you really know what you are. You didn't roll good enough.
Gotta say, Renan, you've cooked with these images.
Pardon? Oh, yeah, these
are really
These are
good.
great
Yeah,
images.
these were fun. Took a while. Wait until you see your other friend when he comes. He's a fun one. He's also furry. Yeah. So that's who you are. In your current bodies, you don't remember any of this. You don't remember any of you. You've never seen these people before. You've never been here before. What would you like to do? You do see light in the distance. Less rock, but still looks like a lot of wherever you are in fell down. This whole place is littered. But there is a small little bend going off to the right, about 30 feet in front of you. But it does look like you're in some sort of underground tunnel system. I will take quick perception rolls, please.
Yeah, nope.
You have light now. These are at regular rolls. So I will take the first roll.
Okay.
So we did get a nat 20 from Frost. Good. Frost. Yeah, you're definitely in some sort of mine. You remember the word mine with a nat 20. All the veins that are around you, you don't know what type of metal. You don't remember that, but this has the feel of like a mine or like a cave in a mine. It has that sense of this is man-made. This isn't natural. Someone did this. It's not smooth. It's, yeah. And you start to see like stalactites and stalagmites. With that 19, I'll let you remember what those are. More stalagmites than stalagmites. It's all coming from the ceiling. Just starting. Lots of moss, though, starting to grow. It looks like this has been here a bit. A little bit of dust cover. Nothing's moved. No tracks, no nothing.
Is there any non-glowing moss?
Yes. Most of the glowing is veins of something in the rock along the edges. That's where the light's coming from.
Yeah, my character's suddenly got a sense of, I don't know why, but I suddenly feel very exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to try and pull a bit of moss off the wall just to create the most minimum of covering.
As soon as you touch it, it pretty much like disintegrates.
Oh. I'm gonna touch another bit.
Pretty much anything except the rock, just slowly. It's like it's maybe been sitting here for a long time. It's not growing. There's no water that you can tell or hear. It almost just like it's been trying to grow, and then as soon as you touch it, it breaks it apart. Whatever was holding it together is gone now. Could be the air, could be the change in pressure with you opening up the cave that you're in. It's kind of hard to tell because there would have been a little bit more wind movement coming through. But there is more light coming around the corner.
I will proceed to ask our tiny friend if they would like a ride and just a place to hide in the massive fur to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Once I don't get an accurate angle for this. I'll take that. Yes, because I don't want you stepping on me.
I don't want to step on anyone.
I don't know if I can climb.
I will just.
You.
offer a
So-
hand down.
Okay. I will take another athletics or just a straight strength roll to see if you can lift her up.
Disadvantage?
No, just she's helping. That's fine.
Okay.
You're starting to
18?
get yeah, easily. You're now on the shoulders of this massive creature who smells like a little bit like dirt, a little bit of fur matted, but still a hint of like pine sap.
I don't wish to concern you, but your first bit, I sort of peel your hand off.
Yeah,
Sticky in
there's
places.
some twigs in there too that are dry and pretty much fall apart when you touch them.
Hard to tell.
Would it be funny that the fairy pulls out a stick and now they have a quarterstaff?
One use club.
Yeah. Hey, there's rocks you guys can pick up, but that's on you.
A toothpick that's now a spear.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the ride. I'm just gonna hide in one of these clumps.
Okay. Yeah, if you wanted to pick up some rocks, by all means, that's really the only thing you currently have available. So, who's on point? Who's going first around the corner?
I will take point since I am the biggest thing.
Okay. Are you going stealthily, sir?
I will attempt to.
Okay. I'll take a stealth roll. Disadvantage, please.
Yay.
A 1!
One.
Bong, bong,
Not a natural
bong,
one.
Clap, clomp, 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 crush, clomp, clomp. Yeah. You're...
Seems stealthy enough to me.
Yeah, maybe it's because you have the extra weight of a tiny little creature on top of you.
Yeah.
This is your first time having someone on your shoulder. Might take a while to get used to. As you guys come along and go around the corner, your passives would be enough. As with the nat one, with the roll, there's no point in having the rest of you do stealth rolls because he's clomping along and making a lot of noise. Echoes quite a bit in here for someone his size, and the echo just seems to get bigger and louder the deeper you go in. The cave around you is currently like 20-foot tall ceilings, maybe 10 feet on each side of you, and as you get deeper and deeper and the light starts to come in, you come across a bigger cave. Not big, but it's like another bigger opening, more stalactites starting to come down. And as you come into the next area, you emerge from the current cave that you are in to the body of a massive skeleton of some long dead creature. And I will move you maps. Surrounded by boulders that look almost the same as what were near you and around this area, definitely looks like this thing was crushed. And it definitely looks like it was pointing in the direction where you guys were.
Wonder if we caused this.
And as a size comparison, your bugbear friend, Wookie, the jaws of this creature in the position they are, you can't touch the top. This creature is gigantic. Tip to tail, you're thinking 70, maybe 80 feet long. And just the skeleton alone is almost 40 feet high. This was a massive beast.
Caused it.
And I will take investigation rolls from all of you, please, at just a straight roll. Unless you're all helping each other. That is up to you.
I'm going to find a bone that is roughly mace or morning star shaped and attempt to
That'd be the
steal
tail.
that.
The tail would be your best to try and rip off. That'd be the
Yep.
most, yeah. Or like a finger, maybe. Are you just doing pure strength with this, or what's your plan? I will also, take nature rolls from everybody, please.
So it was
At disadvantage for
one
nature.
on knowing what it is.
Okay.
I guess a 15 for strength to try and pull a chunk
Okay.
off, and a
Oh,
4 for nature.
Okay. You definitely pull something off that would work in a pinch, but as you're pulling and moving this creature, you hear rattling from inside the jaw. There's nothing else around here, but you do, as you're pulling, it does shift a little, and you hear the rattle of a couple things inside the mouth.
Does it give off a distinctive sound?
Metal on metal.
I will look into the jaw
Excellent.
if I can read.
It's up to
Peer
you
over?
guys. Is everyone looking? I would assume this is
I would immediately go there too.
beautiful.
Well, if my ride's looking, I guess I am.
You are right beside. Okay. As you all see Belvedere's character grab something just so he has something and things shift, you all immediately hear that and rush over to it. Inside the jaws of whatever creature this is, well, memories start to flood back. I don't even mean to make you roll for this because you're starting to remember, like, you know what things are. So, like, if you went to a tree, you would know it's a tree. You might not know it's an ash tree or a birch, but you'd know it's a tree. So, like, there's memories there of knowing what things are and do, but not specifics. That's not there. Because you're going to have to relearn certain things. Like, you know a lot of things, like people fight, they do stuff, but it's like, I don't remember how to do that. If I found a bow and arrow, I wouldn't have a clue how to use that.
Oh, you
Things like that.
beat someone with it.
Yeah. Inside is some sort of metal helmet. It's black, it's got wings up on each side, and a massive greatsword. I will show you images of both. The helm kind of looks like is on a molar in the back, just hanging in there, but the molar is still twice the size of the helm. It looks like that.
Ooh.
The sword has like a rose pommel. It's green. It's glowy. It almost has like a forest nature vibe to it. And that's what the sword looks like. You will need an hour to attune to them, whoever decides to take them. And until that happens, I'm not going to tell you what they are at all.
The bugbear is the only one bigger than me.
Correct.
I will grab
I
them
watched him
both
for 6 seconds.
and hand the helm off to the thinner elf man. Do you take the helm?
Sure do. I will nod. Does it fit?
Oddly enough, yeah. Yeah, it fits great. Sorry, this one does not require attunement. But as you put this thing on, your eyes immediately begin to glow red, and the rest of your face is sheathed in shadow. It is the Dread Helm.
Oh.
They probably
All
would
you
notice
can
because
see
apparently
His
in
eyes
shadow anyway.
glowing red. The rest of his
Nice.
face disappears. The mouth disappears. The nose disappears. Everything else disappears. It's just glowing red eyes.
Oh, crap. You
As I
okay in there?
see this happen, I'm going to take a rock and smack this one of the smaller fangs out of this skull. Use it as a dagger.
About to do the same thing. So.
Yeah, I just need strength rolls from all of you to do that. That's fine.
Do they seem sharp?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just standard strength.
Yeah, like it looks like these are. It's gonna take you a while to bash one of these open with a rock. They are solid. They are not coming out easy unless you use maybe a sword that's there to do it. The rock is gonna bash it. It'll still work. The sword might be quicker. It's kind of hard to tell. But with your rolls, the 12's enough that, yeah, if you want to spend 10 minutes trying to bash one of these teeth out for a dagger, absolutely.
Can I sort through all the chips that come off that? Trying to find something sharp enough.
There definitely
I think
be...
one look.
Yeah,
I think one look at this teeth
there
and
definitely
going,
be splinters of bone just from being crushed on the rock. There's enough here to salvage to do something, yes.
Some bone armor.
I just need to know who touches the sword. First,
I have the sword.
you have the sword. Fun. In your head, sir.
Oh no.
It's about time somebody picked me back up. Ooh, you feel different, sir.
And you feel like
Ooh, weird.
Not
different
alive.
voice? What? Who are you? What'd you
I
do
have
with
no
my
idea.
other master? What are you doing? What's this?
think he's dead.
Who are you? I don't have.
I have no idea.
the hell are you talking to?
Do you have
I'll
evil
point
in
the
your heart,
sword.
sir?
I have no idea.
Well, this is just odd. You don't even
You're
know who
calling
you
me.
are?
I'd like to find out.
My name is
You wouldn't have to know.
I am, well, this is just all right then. Huh. Can I have a Christmas save, please?
Charisma save.
Yes, please.
Disadvantage, I am assuming.
Yes, sir.
3.
Well, can you just swing me? I want to see if you're worthy.
I will attempt to swing it at the bone.
Give me an attack roll, please. They're bad, Pete, because they're all at disadvantage and they have a -1.
Yeah. Alrighty. 7.
Okay, it's not really moving. You swing with it with a nice clang, like little pieces of whatever creature this is shatters a little, and he just goes, "Really? You're gonna have to start doing push-ups every morning? Like, I'm important.
I just woke up.
That's not my fault.
Well,
Do it again. If you
I
can't
will
hit anything useful, hand me off to
attempt
someone who
again.
might."
I'll hand it off to the fairy, maybe.
Just to give me another attack roll, please. This thing wants you to keep attacking.
Oh!
No, actually, honestly, the nat 20 is going to come in because he's trying to help you. So even though... Oh, we lost rest. Even though it was at disadvantage, it's almost as if this thing's forcing you to get better, sir. Well, that was a little better. Ugh.
I feel like
Fine.
that wasn't me, though.
Let's give it an hour and you and I can talk, okay? I need
Okay.
to... Ugh. This is not how I thought my day was going to be. Actually,
Same.
I've been waiting here for a while. I don't really remember. Now that I think of it, who swung me before you?
Was it?
I know who
the
I am, but
dragon?
not
Or
the what?
Was it the bones over there?
What the? I don't remember that thing.
Well, I found
What
you
the
in
hell's
it,
going on?
so I'm assuming.
I know who I am. I don't know what that is. I don't know. This is a weird day. I know.
You're telling me.
Give it time. We'll figure something out. Can you add
Okay.
the legendary great sword Snickersnack to your inventory, sir? It is after an hour. It is a +3 great sword. You'll have bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic Vorpal sword. In addition, I will actually send you the link. This will be the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
I thought you guys were going to roll to see who gets it, but I guess the big guy gets it.
No one stops me, so.
I know. When you use this weapon to attack a creature that has at least one head and roll a 20 on the attack roll, you cut off the creature's head or heads. If the creature dies, it can't survive without its lost head. A creature is immune to the effect if it is immune to slashing damage, or if it doesn't need a head. It doesn't need a head or has legendary actions, or the DM decides the creature is too big to be cut off with this weapon, just like any other Vorpal sword. If you hit such a creature where you can take its head, it deals an extra 6d8 slashing damage to the target. When attuned, you immediately gain proficiency with greatswords, which you currently do not have, but after an hour, you will be proficient with this weapon. You can use your charisma mod instead of your strength mod for attack and damage rolls. So, eventually, when and if you get the chance to decide who you are and who you want to be, you can use strength or charisma with this weapon. It is sentient. It is a chaotic good greatsword, intelligence 9, wisdom 14, charisma of an 18. It has hearing and it has 120.
You completely cut out for the last few seconds.
That's probably just me. It has 120 feet of dark vision. It can speak, read, and understand common, and its voice sounds silvery and melancholic. Snickersnack craves the destruction of evil dragons and urges you to seek out these creatures and slay them. He has a fickle personality. It ends its attunement to you if you miss on attack rolls with the weapon 3 times in a row. Each time after you finish a long rest, after that happens, you can attempt to regain the sword's trust by making a contestant charisma check against Snickersnack. If you win the contest, your attunement to the weapon is instantly restored. Your attunement to the weapon can't be restored in any other way.
You cut out again.
That's weird. I don't know. Let me leave and come back. Yeah, I don't know.
That would make sense.
So yes, you now have the legendary item Snickersnack, sir. Write that down, because you do not have a D&D Beyond character sheet. So basically it's a +3 to attack and damage, but you're at a -1, so it's technically a -2 to attack. Sorry, +2 to attack. Once you attune to it, which is going to take an hour.
So to be clear, he got the sword and he just started talking out loud and we couldn't hear
Yes.
anything.
Yes!
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm redoubling my efforts saying, oh god, this guy's crazy, don't trust him, don't trust him, don't trust him. To get myself something sharp just in case if he decides to do something else.
To be fair, we probably all look crazy right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
We have a guy with a helmet on, and nothing else.
Yeah, he's balls are
Free
out.
balling it.
Sure is. Yeah, and too bad that doesn't give you at least 1 AC, Belv. It does not. It just makes you look smoldering.
I don't know. You're kind of looking the look.
Yeah,
The hair
that
still
helm
pouring
on that
out.
character sheet, it's not bad. Maybe you had it before you died? or will reborn? It's hard to say, sir.
Took his sword.
Yeah, maybe the sword belonged to the fairy. It's kind of hard to tell. So yeah.
Maybe it would make sense.
So whoever grabbed whatever items, you can either add like a dagger or Belv, you said you were grabbing like something to be like a mace or a flail of some sort.
Mace or like a
Okay. So you definitely have something. It's probably going to not function. You don't have proficiency in any of these guys, so everything's going to be, no proficiency bonus, and attack rolls will be at disadvantage because you've never used them before. But you can add like a 1d4 dagger and a 1d6 flail. Wade, if you wanted something, are you looking for like a bone to act as a spear or a dagger?
I'm looking for any like small bones that, for my size, to be a spear,
Okay.
and for more hacking at the teeth,
Okay.
just probably pick up as many to the right size to be daggers.
Okay, just give me a straighten investigation roll, please. You have help
Said you
here.
should
Investigation.
Should have just grabbed a twig off the bugbear and just like quarterstaff.
Yeah, definitely with a 14, that's enough. You find, we'll say, 2 things that are good enough to be like a javelin for you, or a spear. Either will work. You're not proficient with them. And say a couple small things to be like a couple daggers.
I sort of climb in through one of what was an ear, that was the tiny bones that were inside.
Okay.
You found a chopstick.
Yeah. Yeah. And oddly enough, you guys, you've been going for like 4 hours by now. You're not hungry. You're not thirsty. And you even could tell you don't need to breathe. But if you want to smell something, you have to take a breath. That realization is probably coming into you right now, other than Belv, who just didn't bother to speak because he didn't breathe.
Wow. I would have learned by now, but I have to breathe. Not.
You don't have to breathe to speak. You can just speak.
If that's physically possible, sure.
For the Reborn, it is. Yeah. But if you want to smell something, you still need to take a breath. Because that's how you smell.
Learned that earlier.
Yep. That's the only way you have really needed to breathe. You can just keep speaking as long as you want.
You said earlier, but I missed because you cut out. I assume I can't fly?
You cannot fly, no. You are reborn. Even though you look like a fairy, you are not a fairy, sir. Not in the traditional sense. Your wings, by now, you'd probably be able to move them a little. They don't lift you off the ground. They're just there.
Shame.
Yeah.
All the features you do keep from being reborn, movement is technically one of them. That's why I ask.
It's real bad.
Yeah. Maybe eventually if you can patch them and fix them. But right now, they're tattered and shredded. They still move, but they don't do anything. Move the wind a little. Cause a little dust to rise, but it's not enough to pick you up. Not yet.
I don't know, pose with them. They'll regrow, right? Right?
And you also notice, like, where his wings are, like, he has a hole in his gut. She does. Like, you can put your arm right through her.
I mean, can't. It'll probably kill me. She's like a pinky.
She's patchy everywhere. But yeah, well, at your size, yes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah, the big guy couldn't do anything. Maybe a fingernail. Yep. There's only one more path. It's still one big path, but you'd be able to tell that whatever happened here, this thing died facing Almost looks like it was crawling towards you guys at some point. But it's been a while because there's no flesh left on this. It's all skin and bone, and rocks are just scattered everywhere. But there is only one more way to go, and the light is brighter. More of those, like, veins of rock that are glowing. That's your only light source. There's no actual light yet.
I can't remember what the phrase is. It's eluding me, but isn't it something like go towards the light? Into the light?
I think it's counterproductive in our case, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, I guess. Let's go towards the light.
Mind if I have puppies?
I will proceed to give uppies to the fairy.
Okay. All right. So as you guys move on from whatever creature this is, nothing's coming to you yet. You don't know what it is. That eludes you so far. Not even the sense of, I did this, did this, I don't know. It's just, it seems something connected to you. It had to have been. Because you were in a room that it was facing. And you were both, looks like, crushed by the same rocks. Whether or not it was natural or caused by something, that eludes you. I'll move you to the next area you guys are currently in. After walking for about 20 minutes, you open up into some sort of cave system with crystals glowing and growing along the edges. And we'll go for break from here and then delve down here after break. So let's come back in 10 minutes. All right. So as you guys move deeper and deeper into wherever the hell you are, you start coming across one single path. This one looks not like where you guys were before. Strange crystals are coming out. They're emerging. Each vein pulses with shifting colors. The walls of this mine shimmer with thin, jagged veins of some unknown crystal. They glow faintly in the darkness like moonlight caught beneath ice. They twist and wreathe through the stone, forming fractals and spirals too precise to be natural, as if something ancient were trying to write themselves into the earth. They start to shift colors as you walk through. Some blue, haunting violets, flickers of starlight gold. Sometimes if you stare too long into them, the veins seem to breathe or whisper. The deeper you travel through this mine, the brighter they burn until the very stone becomes translucent, shot through the crystalline roots that feel warm to the touch and pulse with something weird. The cavern ceilings above you resemble a night sky frozen in time. Constellations map in crystal shards, each one humming with quiet longing. Who would stare into any of these weird crystals as you walk through? Anyone?
I will.
Yeah, stop to listen to one of the whispering ones and reach for one of the warm ones.
Beautiful. Okay.
I'm being held aloft, and I don't have to concentrate on walking, so I'm staring at the ceiling.
Beautiful. At times, while you guys are touching, looking, listening, feeling, figures can be seen inside some of the larger veins. Faint silhouettes caught mid-scream, mid-dance, or mid-prayer, flickering like memories trapped in amber. No two are alike, and no one who follows them sees the same thing as you. You all see, hear, smell, feel something different. I want to know what's on each of your minds as you walk down this path before you start touching any of them. We'll go in initiative order, starting with Belvedere. What's your first thought or sensation
why don't know anything, so I don't know what I'd be thinking. I would be trying to recall memories, things that I should know or do know, but don't know or don't know why. Like our friend being a fairy, had no idea about that. Again, where we are, the different shapes, and at this point, to kind of be trying to figure out my own behaviors, like why I'm reacting to things or why I have like certain instincts, and be trying to figure out what's behind them.
Yeah.
Probably getting frustrated that I can't place it.
Okay.
So if there's anything within these crystals that kind of reflects something that catches my attention, I think he'd get kind of lost, hoping that there would be some answer.
Okay. The moment your fingers brush the crystal, your senses blur like being submerged in still water under moonlight. You hear lullabies and reversed voices. You smell lavender that just suddenly turns to ash. And then a memory that doesn't belong to you flood your mind like lightning across a dream. The moment your hand grazes the surface, you are pulled into a suspended dreamscape. A fractured reality woven from fragments of your past, someone's past, your existence, someone else's existence, and the dreams of the soul that was in you before comes back. The result is equal parts vision, possession, and revelation. Would you like a quick memory of your past or the body you're in, sir? If you started any backstory for who you were, I will take a quick memory from that, if you like. Or I can give you one of who you were in the current body you are in. I will leave that up to you.
I think that there is a deep inhale, almost an instinct, and an immersion with that first scent of smell, the ash. But as his focus drives into the crystal, it would be like looking for rather than trying to produce. So I think
you're breaking up quite a bit. Just to let you know, I can't hear
probably by whatever body he's in or whatever the crystal is, as opposed to him recalling anything of his own past, truthfully.
Okay, I caught most of that. So you want something from the body you're currently in?
I'm breaking up. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you heard. So as he kind of gets that first kind of scent of, why am I on mute? Yes.
I don't
Discord's.
know. Yeah, Discord's being weird for you. Maybe turn your camera off. Maybe that'll help.
I can do that.
Okay, that might help for you. So basically, did you want something from your past with your current soul, or from the body that you're currently in?
I think it would be from the crystal or from the nothing that he would be like he's looking for answers rather than trying to.
Okay, I will give you a quick vision of the person you're currently in. You get a glimpse of someplace dark, extremely dark, and a pool of blood that you're slowly wading in. And you go under, and take a big gulp. And a little bit of panic sets in. And you find yourself, you're not too sure where, but after time, a figure in a big porcelain mask just smiles at you and goes, "Welcome, Kaelin. Are you ready?" And then you're back in the mine. Can I have a D6 roll, please, sir, to see what happens when you touch a dream crystal? A 2. The dream crystal reacts strongly to your death-touched soul. You temporarily gain one memory or dream of another reborn character, causing confusion, insight, or both. You may adopt one of their traits, bonds, or flaws until your next long rest. Of the other 3 people in front of you, who would you like to learn something about, sir?
Well, his mind was trying to figure out why he knew what a fairy was, so I guess.
And would you like to learn one of their traits, bonds, or flaws?
Probably a flaw.
I like that. Okay.
Ah, yes, the one section I haven't properly written.
All right.
What would
You
that flaw
see
I
the fairy.
I don't know if this is you,
Yeah. No, this is
the
good.
previous you anyway.
No, this is the body that Wade's currently in. Yeah.
The body's flaw or the soul's flaw?
The body's flaw. This will be from me.
Well, I'll do it.
No, you're good. You're not going to learn anything that he does. You see this fairy standing in front of a mirror with a harp in one hand, a flute in the other. She's trying to figure out which instrument to play tonight. She's got a gig, but she's so darn pretty. She's spending more time focusing on herself than what she should be doing. You're a little vain now, sir. You are the perfect looking reborn you're gonna be. You know that you are perfect on the inside, sir. That is your flaw. Vainness.
Funny because we just basically put a paper bag over his head.
Yep.
That's me?
Yes, sir.
Alright, cool. No need for pants anymore.
Nope.
Not a long
at
rest.
all. All right. We'll start with the next person. We'll go with Wookie. The moment your fingers brush the cool crystal, your senses blur. And just like one of your friends, you get a memory that doesn't belong to you. Almost as if a dream. And you're pulled into a suspended dreamscape. Would you like something from your old self or your new self, sir?
Let's go old self.
Then you tell me what that is. Just a glimpse, nothing major. Just like a random memory.
Sneaking through like alleyways, trying to stay hidden, but also a lot taller than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to word this right. nothing bad is happening. So, like, more going. Also, a feeling of righteousness is happening inside.
Okay. I like it. Can I have a D6, please? As the crystal takes a part of you. Ah, this one's fun.
If we're giving a trade.
The soul convergence. You glimpse who you were meant to be in this life. What your destiny would have been had you never died. For 24 hours, please write this down. I will, at some point, give you a Vision Quest style side effect. Or I can grant you a once per day use of an ability from another class that you do not currently have, like Divine Sense, Wild Shape. I will let you choose. Would you like something like a Vision Quest side effect, or a once per day use from a random thing that I will pick for you?
Let's do a Vision Quest.
A Vision Quest. At some point within the next 24 hours, I will give you one. Frost, are you touching a crystal?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Would you like a glimpse of who you are or who you were?
Since I don't have any backstory, I guess who I am.
Who you currently are. You see a glimpse of yourself running really fast. Running away from someone who is definitely trying to kill you. They are big, they are large, they are scary. They smell really bad. They're about 9 feet tall. You have a rapier in one hand, a dagger in the other, and you chuck it at her, and she just grabs it and chucks it back as she is cackling at you, going, "Oh, you're not quick enough for me, Quickfoot. I will get you. A deal's a deal. Give it back." Can I have a D6 roll, please, sir? As the crystal giveth, it still needs to taketh. Five. I like how you guys are rolling something different. Ooh. Can I have a D4 roll, please, sir? This is a good one.
Uh-oh.
Never a good thing when a DM says that.
Ooh, a 4. This might last a while. After you touch this crystal and you get a glimpse of who this body you were in was. Whether or not it's you, you don't remember that yet. But you come more alive than you remember. Your skin gains color, your breath returns, your heart beats once again. During this time, you lose all your reborn features, as you are now currently alive, sir. But you also gain +1 to all your saving throws. After 4 days, when the effect ends, it's gonna fucking hurt. So we will keep track of 4 days, and you have +1 to all your saving throws, which puts you at a straight roll. But you have color, you breathe, you smell, you're hungry, you're thirsty. There's no food or water here. You're going to have to keep track, and you're alive again, sir. You guys definitely see a sense of change in him, like something happened and his fur's filling out. He's getting better. He's breathing.
I go and touch that crystal.
Nothing happened, sir. It seems whatever happened to you is a one and done. Wait, are you touching anything after you see this all happen with everybody?
I'm not looking at them.
Okay.
Since I'm currently up on the shoulder.
Yep.
It's a long way down for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not taking the chip down.
Okay.
I'm probably just sort of getting lost in the star-like look ceiling.
These are what the crystals look like that you are touching, by the way. They are a dream crystal.
Is there any chance I could break one off and take it with us?
You can try, sir. Are you going to hit it with someone who you are by now attuned to? And he's just trying to figure out, like, he would have saw what you saw because he's sentient and now part of you, sir. He's just going to say, that was fucked up. Where'd that come from?
You telling me?
That was just...
I don't know.
That was out of the blue. What's going on? You don't even know your name, but you know that? Ugh.
I hardly know that.
Why are we swinging? You want one? Swing. Well, let's see what... I don't know. If things blow up, it's your own fault. And then go silent.
Well, I'm going to attempt first without swinging.
Okay.
If I can't do it without swinging, I will swing first then.
Yeah, it's not coming free at all. That's wedged in there.
Wonderful. Hmm. All right, let us swing. Straight roll then?
Yes, sir.
Or no, it's a +2.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're just a straight roll, +2 for your roll. Yep.
How tall is the
5.
ceiling?
How tall is what, sorry?
How tall is the ceiling?
You're about 30 feet in here. But, like, they're definitely growing downwards, too. Most of them are around the same size. They're, like, just over hand size for a normal person. So, like, a
Do any of
finger
them
size.
reach
For
down far enough that as we're walking, if I was to just reach out...
You'd eventually touch, yeah. Yeah, like,
But
there's
that-
different
if I-
types of crystals in here. Like, most, like, are what on the picture. But the dream ones are the ones that you can tell are different.
If any of the crystals ever reached down far enough that I could touch them, I would touch them then.
Okay. You swing with this thing. You connect, thankfully. Or else you're going to get laughed at. It hurts, vibrates. Even the sword starts to vibrate. You don't even chip it. Nothing. The only thing that happens is once you hit it, whatever was inside of it immediately goes away and shifts to another crystal.
Interesting.
Wait. Would you like a memory of who you are or who you were, sir?
Probably a memory of who I was.
Who you were. Then that's on you.
Sort of not quite complete memory of looking at someone fondly.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know I'm there. I'm just sort of watching them work.
Okay.
Hidden in a shadow somewhere.
Cool. Roll me a d6, please. Oh, sorry.
Despite it being... Don't know what it is my surroundings are, but they don't feel good.
Yeah.
I still feel at peace there.
Okay. D6, please.
D6.
Yep. Roll something different. Ha ha! We get a 4. 1, 2. Everyone rolled something different.
Just no 3s.
A fey entity. Perhaps the lingering will or soul of the dead creature behind you takes notice of you, sir. In your head you go, interesting. I've never felt one like you before. Where are you? Were special. Would you like a gift? This is free of charge, one time only. No takebacks. I promise it won't hurt and you will enjoy it. Or, well, I don't think you'll enjoy the or.
I've no reason to turn down a gift. Everyone I've met so far has been nice.
Excellent. You immediately gain the Fey-touched feat, sir. You get Misty Step and one spell of your choice as magic slowly comes back into life with you. I will let you choose which spell that is.
Cool. What name was that you just gave?
This is the Fey Walker's Mark, so you gain the Fey-touched feat.
No. She said a name. Beshel.
Didn't say a name. Nope.
She said special.
Special.
Oh, special.
Special. Yes.
I misheard. I heard it Beshel. But
yeah.
Cool.
The next time you sleep, sir, so when you do your 4-hour trance, you need to pass a wisdom save of 17 or gain a permanent madness effect. It giveth and it taketh.
Cool.
Nothing wrong with a little madness.
Nope. But yes, you guys see, this is different for your fairy that's touching this crystal. She absorbs the crystal, and it goes into her. And you see her almost like her hands and her wings like shimmer, and some sort of energy is now within her.
Odd.
So now they kind of look like Tinkerbell, but
they still look the same. There's no like fairy or pixie dust. Still can't fly, but you do gain the ability to have the Fey Touch feat indefinitely, sir. But only one time. Yeah, only one time when you sleep, you have to pass a wisdom save or gain a madness effect. You got the Fey Walker's Mark. Maybe you will find that Fey creature at some point. Perfect. After traveling,
we continue.
After traveling through the crystal-filled cave for what seemed hours on end, you start to see the walls around you get more covered in moss. It seems to get a little bit more damp, and there is different color of light in the distance. The terrain here also gets different. Thankfully for our person who's alive, small trickles of water and moss-covered rocks start to come into view. First one, then dozens. You are thirsty, sir. Soon you are in a large, open cavern. 5 to 10 foot stalactites looming above you. Can I have perception checks from everybody, please? As this is definitely the first signs of life. Nat 20, Frost. The rest of you do not need to roll. Frost. You're alive. You don't know how for long. Is this gonna last? You have no idea. But in the distance is an old abandoned camp. I'll move you to the next map. The camp is now
I'm guessing
quiet.
The fires aren't technically lit, right?
As you get closer, the fires spring to life, sir. The camp is now quiet, eerily still, as though the stone itself is holding its breath. Your nat 20 is giving you extra things for this that I didn't think you were going to find. But hey. Broken bedrolls lie in dusty corners, their canvas curled and brittle with time. A cold, long-dead campfire rests in a ring of blackened stones, the embers buried beneath fallen rubble and crystalline dust. But as you approach, spring to light with the first bit of light and warmth you have seen and felt. Crates and supply sacks are torn open by time or tremor. Spilled, dried rations and rusting gear. A torn banner, once bold in color, now hangs limp from a snapped pole, its sigil barely visible in the crystal glow. Strange crystal veins thread through the rock walls, even across the floor, casting pale lavender and ghost blue light that dances like candle flame. Every so often, a faint hum echoes from deeper below, like the mine itself is dreaming or remembering or waking up. At one edge of the camp, half buried in scree and crystal dust, a skeleton leans against a cave wall. Broken sword in his hand, rusty breastplate hangs loose from the last piece of frayed leather. And with that great of a perception roll, a folded note lies protected beneath a flat stone. Above all, the camp feels haunted, not by ghosts, but by purpose. A moment frozen in time, left behind by heroes who never returned. Here's when you'd have to do another perception roll, and you needed a nat 20, but you've already got one, so you get this also. Though long since silenced, the camp bears unmistakable scars of battle. A collapsed tunnel wall nearby shows signs of another collapse. Scorch marks and shattered stones suggesting a desperate attempt to force a cave-in. Scattered across the floor are broken weapons, some bent beyond use, others still slick with the faint shimmer of some sort of residue. Drag marks in the dust trail from the collapsed path toward makeshift barricades, wooden crates, overturned mining carts, and even broken armor pieces stacked high in a last-ditch defense. The barricades are scorched, clawed, and splattered with faded blood, both red and iridescent green. One corner of the camp reveals a circle of protective runes burned into the stone. Wade, you're the only one who knows what they are as magic flows into you, and you get that sense, I know what magic is. Now cracked, the stones are now cracked, possibly where something made their final stand. Shattered crystal shards litter the floor near it, some of them still warm to the touch, humming with the last echoes of magic. Tucked beneath a half-collapsed lean-to, a journal page flutters with a breeze that doesn't belong, its last entry stopping mid-sentence. The camp feels like a place where hope stood tall until it couldn't, and where brave did not retreat. What would you guys like to do?
Look for some clothes.
I was gonna say, I noticed that this moss looks alive, and remembering what the fairy was doing earlier, I'm gonna try to scoop up a clump of it and hand it to her.
This is nice moss, held together, because it's got water nearby and trickling through all of this. This is the first, life forms that you have seen, even though it's plant life. It's still life. Frost, yeah, there's remains of scattered clothes here for anybody. They're not going to really fit the bugbear too much. You could probably makeshift something with like a blanket if you wanted, but you don't really need it. No. It's just modesty, and most of your bits are covered by fur. The Nat 20 will also show you the... Yeah, so you do have one journal page and one sort of note. So whoever wants to grab them, Frost with your Nat 20, you would see that before them.
Curiosity would get the better of me, and I pick it up and look at it and like, what is this?
Which one first, sir?
Probably the note.
Scribbled note. It is in Roll20 for you to read, sir. Make it bigger. I can read it for you if that's too small. Just click on it, it'll open up and get bigger.
I did.
Okay. You can read it to yourself or out loud. I will leave that up to you, but the rest of you would definitely see him pick up something.
I would pretty much read it to myself.
Okay.
But after done reading it, I would hand it to the elf man.
Okay. I will read it out loud for everybody then, unless Belvedere wants to.
So would be did.
You were breaking up something fierce there, Belv.
Into flame. Because what would be?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear any of
Yeah.
that.
So as the flames kind of, that's
Stop speaking infernal.
I know, right? It's definitely infernal that he's trying to speak.
well, we'll see if it works now. If
Okay,
not,
you're
I
good
got
now.
nothing.
Nope, you're good now.
All right. So yeah, seeing kind of the torches all burst into flames, he would have been distracted by that. Seeing how that glow perfectly is absorbed by his pale skin, he would reach his hand steadily towards it until it probably hurt, and then he'd realize that it hurt, and then notice the signs of warriors and battles and head towards you. Then, so yes, you can read it to us.
Beautiful. My friends, if you find this, I've gone ahead to speak with our proprietors. Your next orders are clear. The beast below the Briganook mine are no fable. Locals speak its name in riddles and fear. Wimblotch, the unspoken. A jabberwock older than memory. Feasting on dreams and laying waste to reason itself. I trust in your strength, your bond, and your purpose. You are to locate the creature's lair, assess the threat, and if necessary, put an end to it. If the stars favor you, return to me when your work is done. I need champions like you now more than ever. Strongheart. You can give me history rolls, but I'm going to tell you do not know any of that.
I'll ask the
Seems
sword
we
if it
were
knows.
successful in our quests. We should gather what we can and find this strong hurt.
I will take investigation rolls, and I want what would be the best here? Survival rolls. To find anything useful in this camp other than the 2 letters that the perception roll got you. If you help each other, one person can roll with just a straight roll, or you can do it all. Doesn't matter.
Investigation?
Frost, Frost, because of your perception, you could do it with advantage.
I have a 1 or 0, sorry, followed by 1. So I will probably attempt to. I think you said he had like a chest plate on whoever was holding this note. I'll probably try and tear that off. Is it shiny at least, or probably not? Is there any like crest or anything on it?
So between all those rolls, they're not nat ones, and you're going to take time to do this. So, Frost, would you go for the journal while these guys pick the place clean, or what you doing?
I would pretty much since I'm technically now considered alive, I would be smacking my lips saying, thirsty.
Yep.
Thinking to myself, not saying out loud.
It's musty water. There's lots of like little trickles coming pretty much everywhere. Enough to be able to do something with. Taking the time between all of you, your perception will get a lot of this. There's definitely like cups you can use. There's a lot of things that you could gather water with. The investigation and survival rolls for the rest of you are kind of crap. So I'm taking out one thing that you do not find. If you want to take... How long did you want to spend here? Let's do it that way. Are you going to spend an hour here? The camp's fairly big. This place looks like 20 people, and there's bodies of at least 7 or 8 skeletons remaining. Belvedere, it is a rusty breastplate. It is not too put together. You can put it on, yes. It'll bring your AC only up to 12. I'll give you guys a list of things that you find. I will put it here in Discord. Between your crappy rolls get you all that. That is what's left that's serviceable. So one leather armor, a rusty breastplate, a broken short sword, a rusty dagger, and a serviceable backpack.
We're definitely going to go through the clothes, find anything that fits.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff to keep you covered. Semi-warm. Yeah. Frost, you definitely probably have enough stuff here that's not torn, rotted, or just unserviceable to be able to get enough water to last you maybe a day. I will take a survival roll from you to see if you can find any serviceable food left. You can also roll me just a survival. No food, sir. Unless you want to, boil some rocks and make some rock soup.
Well, would the moss be edible?
To some extent, for most people, you're technically not reborn, so you'd be a Heron. Yeah, I'd say you'd probably be able to nibble at it. But
I'll probably find something to make as a pouch to put some of it in just for right now.
Yeah,
just
that's fine.
Like a couple
you
handfuls.
Do see a bunch of old dried jerky and dried stuff, but whether or not it's edible doesn't look like it with that roll. No instruments here, Belf. There definitely be boots, but nothing that looks like a musical instrument.
Sounds good. So he would probably find some sort of short boot or stylish boot, and then steal the breastplate if whoever called me over didn't object.
Yeah, most of the stuff here looks like it was just destroyed. I will take nature rolls from everyone to see if you can figure out what destroyed it.
13.
Doing better.
5.
Yep, that's a terrible roll. 2.
I just assume it's whatever the bones were.
Wait. Definitely fire. Hot. This stuff was melted. The fighting is not near right at the camp. It's a little bit back further. The camp is fairly the tent itself would be fine. A couple barrels and maybe the odd trunk is still left, but it also looks like hard to tell if this place was looted maybe, but most things here are just broken, rusty, old, and been here for a while. But you definitely see something that resembles this place got hot. You'd even see a couple swords and stuff that's merged with rock.
Make a nice club.
Would you, Frost? Would you look at the journal entry, or anyone? You were the
I
only
probably
one who
would
saw it.
after seeing the note and just what happened here.
Okay. Would you like to read it, or would you like me to?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Day 8 in the mine. Still no signs of the Jabberwock, but the dreams are getting worse. We all feel it. The crystals whisper now, more when we sleep, but sometimes even when we don't. Ira says the patterns they form aren't natural, that they're growing towards us. Bramble called them dream roots. I think he's right. They're feeding off our thoughts. We set up camp again tonight, same spot as before. But Fearbrand's wards are holding barely. He jokes about the wine he left unopened back at the carnival. I don't want to die in a cave. We saw shadows moving behind the crystal walls. Not Briganooks.
Briganooks. Yep.
Too tall. Too many eyes. If we don't make it, if someone finds this, tell Strongheart we tried. Tell him. The entry ends there. The quill having front torn page and it's dragged off the parchment.
So you got a few more names. A few ideas. You definitely had help before you guys came in here. Belvedere, what's on your mind as you go through this camp? Loot what you can and then learn what you do from the journal and the note. Or are you staring at your reflection in a puddle?
He's probably trying to polish the armor. I don't know if he would have joined them at reading the journal or if he was fighting with the armor.
Okay. What is Wookie doing as you see this place and loot what you can?
I will take what's left of like a small tent and make a not a full like poncho, but more of a I want to say
Toga.
yeah, toga.
Nice. Definitely that'll work. I'm okay with that. Yep.
Maybe practicing more with the sword as I go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely going, whoa, what the hell? Wow, these people suck. I hope you don't suck as much as these guys did.
I guess we'll find out.
I hope so. I don't really have any high faith yet, but...
What's that?
Oh, faith? You don't know what faith is? Well, it's kind of like
Yeah.
hope. I hope you don't fuck up.
What's that?
He's talking out loud again. So should we technically react to thinking he hears something
By all means.
and he's swinging a sword at something that's not there?
You found another crystal.
No.
You did say you were talking to the sword earlier.
Yeah.
Hello, sword.
No response.
It says hi.
I say hi to who? What? Are they talking to me? Are you talking out loud? You can talk in your head, you know. That's...
Where's the fun in that?
Well, that's up to you. Most people are going to think you're crazy, so good luck with that. And then you just hear him just start going doop 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 doop, and you can't shut that off.
I wasn't trying to.
Okay.
Brandon, since I'm planning on being a warlock and a great old one, do I have my initial ability to kind of mentally speak with people, but like kind of like not know it?
No, there's nothing here, sir.
Darn, because I was gonna like mentally think, don't trust him, but like kind of like send it out where he could probably hear it too. Don't trust him.
Yeah. From your old life, you have nothing. The only memories you currently have are what the crystal showed you and what you've learned since you woke up. So you have to base all your thoughts just on that. I will take a wisdom save at disadvantage from you if you would like to try and learn something from your past. You have to hit a nat 20 at this point in time.
As you wish.
Well, that was a it's got to be disadvantage, though. Because this
It'll be
is the
funny
first
for
time you're
nat
trying
one.
to do it. I know. But I asked for a nat 20 and you get it, but technically this is a disadvantage. That is hilarious. I should honor that, shouldn't I? Even though it is disadvantage. I will leave that up
Let's
to
see
the
what the
group.
disadvantage is first.
Yeah, roll it again. Let's see what you get. As long as it's a nat 1, I will honor that one. Okay, a 16's... Okay. What are you trying to do?
Well, I would technically not know I could do that, but I would like...
Give me 1 sec. I gotta bring up the Great Old One Warlock. 2014 Great Old One.
Because they would have awakened mind. You can telepathically speak to any creature you see within 30 feet of you if it understands at least one language. But I would be like, not think I know I'm doing this, just my own thought or my patron whispering to me saying, don't trust him.
Okay.
And maybe they heard it and they're hearing a voice that says, don't trust him.
Can I have a D100 roll, please? $41. Okay, now a Arcana at disadvantage. Okay.
Woo. Not 1 for 0. There's balance.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced.
Are you trying to talk to the bugbear or the sword?
I would probably think the bugbear, not actually like I'm talking, but my thought would be so loud that he could probably hear my thought. Just don't trust him.
Okay.
Thinking I'm telling myself not to trust the bugbear, but it's coming off as don't trust him.
Okay, I'm going to make a list here.
You know, it's like he seems strange or crazy. Don't trust him. He's talking out loud to a sword. Don't trust him.
You're making a list.
Yeah.
Gonna check it twice.
Can you roll me a D4, please? This is the list.
4.
You hit your mark. Had you rolled a 1, your thoughts would have went to Wade because of that nat 1. A 2 would have went to Frost. A 3, you would have been... a 2, you would have heard it back in your own mind. A 3, Belvedere would have heard it. 4 hits its mark, sir. Wookie, you hear his voice in your head. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. The sword does not hear it. You need it higher on your D100. But it's almost like an echo. Night Pete. This is like in the back of your head, it's like, what? Did he say that out loud? Kind of hard to tell where it came from if it was out louder in your head. You definitely heard it, though.
Does it sound like Frost's voice?
Yes. But still different. Like an echo and then it hit you. You heard the echo first and then it came towards you.
Okay. Is he nearby?
He has to be within 30 feet of you for this to work.
I will look for him and then proceed to say, don't trust who?
Frost. Your awakened mind is now active, sir. Full time. That's it, though. You don't know where it's coming from. It just opens.
Well, I believe it's only one way, anyways, for me to telepathically. It doesn't say fully communicate.
Oh, no, I'm saying out loud.
Yeah.
So I look for you and say, don't trust who?
Of course, I look up and I'm like, huh? And of course, I mentally think. Then I mentally just think, say that out loud. as I think that in my head.
You think it to yourself, yeah?
Of course, I'm still thinking that I'm thinking that out loud. So if I'm thinking out loud,
Yep.
you're gonna hear that too because I'm looking at you because you're saying don't trust you because you're looking at me.
I'm going to point
okay.
it for.
do you hear it? Do you hear me
Yeah,
say I didn't say that out loud?
If you are speaking that again to him, yeah.
I mean, I heard your voice. Do you mean not to trust him? And I'm going to point at the sword. He seems kind of trustworthy.
At this point, your sword's thinking you're talking to yourself because he can't hear in your head what's going on. Are you all right in the head?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, that makes two of us.
I hear you in my head.
Well, yeah.
And I'm hearing someone
You're
else in
holding
my
on to
head.
me. Well, tell him to fuck off.
Why? He's right there, though. Why would I tell him to fuck off?
Well, if he's right there, why is he speaking in your head?
I don't know.
He's not as good as I am. I'm better.
I mean, I can't hit things with him, no. That'd be rude.
Well, you could pick him up and
You're
smash
meant
him
for
against
that.
stuff. Well, this is true.
Like I said, that would be rude.
Oh, yeah. I am good at that. Especially if they're dragons. Why do I know I'm good with dragons?
What's a dragon?
What's a dragon? I wonder if that's that big thing back there.
I mean,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Can I have an insight check, please?
Oh.
Just a straight check.
Disadvantage?
Nope, straight
Advantage?
check. Straight check.
Alright.
This is you just like going, huh? Okay, never mind.
And it stays.
Yep, that makes sense. That's fine. Huh. I don't know. But if we see anything big like that again, I think I'm good at, making it bleed more.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe it's my purpose. No. Hopefully when you learn shit, I learn shit.
That'd be good.
So let's start learning more. But yeah, if he's talking in your head, I don't like that because I can't hear it. I can hear when they
Well, listen
speak
better.
out loud. Well,
Listen better.
trying. Yeah, you guys all hear him just keep saying this out loud. I'm assuming he's not doing it in his own head yet.
Oh, God, no.
No, he hasn't learned that yet. But yeah, Frost, definitely heard you again. You didn't feel a change or anything. It just happened. So yeah, you can pretty much have 30 feet telepathy one way. Like I said, nat 20s have to be honored at some point, even at sometimes disadvantage because you rolled good the second one. This is not who the character that you currently body's in would work, so yeah. This is us channeling something from a long way away.
As I'm mentally thinking this is so weird, and I think I look at everybody at the same time, so they all heard that. We'll probably hear that for a quick second.
I will say, though, give me an insight check on yourself, Frost. Just a straight roll. Yep. Yeah, never mind. Oh,
And
bad
it
rolls tonight,
stays.
guys.
It's been a while for me.
Yep. All right. Well, what would you guys like to do next? You'd probably been here for quite a while, and Frost, you're feeling almost tired. The rest of them don't seem to be tired.
One
Yep.
thing I'd like to do.
Yep.
Since I was trying to know get clothes first, but I'm going to go to one of the fires.
Yep.
Like a moth to a flame.
Yep. Absolutely. The heat's nice.
It's just it's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I just got turned on, so I'm confused and I'm curious, and I'm just going to stare at it think, and I'm going to cast Identify on it.
Oh, is that what you chose?
That's the one I chose.
Identify. Smart lad.
Unless of course still need a pearl. I have to double check there.
Because this is just a once a day feat, I'm not going to say you're going to need materials for it. Yeah. So you haven't actually, you don't have, yeah, this is just a feat. So you technically don't have the ability to cast magic yet, other than what this has given you. So you can Misty Step once a day, Identify once a day. You probably should have did the sword, but the fire I will work with.
He kind of knows what the sword does. The sword tells him what it does.
But you would learn it. You would learn a lot more, but that's fine. Maybe you'll learn later. Now that you know something worked for you. The fire is an ever-burning fire that gives off heat. And when you're in a certain distance away from it, it just turns off. That's all you learn. No name, no nothing.
Okay.
It's just a fire.
Yep. I want to see if there's a way of sort of taking a single burning branch from it.
Nice.
We now have a ever-burning torch.
It would kind of act like that, yeah. If you light something on fire with this one will give off heat. This is a special kind of fire. So it is an ever-burning torch if you would like it, and one piece of wood or something. I'm okay with that.
Take that.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of wood around here.
Perfect. It'll give off light in a 5 foot bright, 5 foot dim, I believe.
No idea.
I think that's what it... We'll say that's what it does. All right. So, with a bunch of stuff in hand, most of it disgusting and broken, but serviceable. A little bit more knowledge. Something weird going on inside a bugbear's head. Talking to himself. I don't know. Right, you next. There's still, weirdly enough, only one way out. But as you guys get past where the barricade is, you definitely start to see what you know to be daylight.
That's
And we
great.
march on.
Yeah, if nobody heard me before, I had already suggested we go let Strongheart know we'd finished
Yeah.
off the beast.
Perfect. All right. Takes you guys a good...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Said, oh yes, the ones that smell of rotten decay. Go let the guy know we've killed the beast.
Yep. Frost, you definitely, as you start going, it's been a bit. Like, by now you're almost 6 hours in. You've been trudging. You've been going. You feel for the first time tired, worn out. Just really starting to get hungry. At least you have some water. There's still more trickles of water coming through, but no substantial food yet for you. And as you guys get near the cave exit, I'll take perception rolls as a straight roll, because you're slowly learning how to look, what to look for. So any perception rolls now are at a straight roll for all four of you.
15.
Still at -1.
12 for me.
Beautiful. Tiny little fairy girl. Maybe because you're up higher than the rest. You definitely see an exit. Little bits of sunlight, but with your perception roll, you definitely hear the sounds of thunder. And as you get closer and closer, you just hear that crackle of lightning and thunder. And it's definitely almost, you'd be able to smell rain in the air. You don't remember ever smelling rain in the air before, or feeling that sense of thunder and lightning. It's happening. It's definitely getting dark outside and colder as you get closer to the entrance. Much colder. Glad you got clothes.
Would I know that it's rain, thunder, and lightning, or do I just know it's recognizable smell?
You would be able to
Sounds.
tell it's a storm brewing. You don't remember ever knowing a storm before until now, but that realization of that's what that is.
Looks like there's an exit over there. Just sound a bit damp outside, though.
Does anyone recall which way it is from there?
I'll take history rolls at disadvantage.
Eight.
So many ones tonight. I love it.
Well, that's a dirty one, mind
Still
you.
Still one. Yeah, no. None of you have a clue.
I think you rolled 2 1s there.
Yep, you did. You've never been here before, Belv. This is the first time you've been here. You don't remember any of this. You have
I
no idea.
assumed until you asked us to.
Yep. You needed a nat 20 to get a glimpse of... I think I've seen that piece of wood before, almost. But yeah, there's still no memory of this. The only thing you know is to keep on moving to figure out something
And when
else.
we-
Sorry. Yeah.
Get outside. There's no like.
Your microphone is robotic again, just to let you know.
Speaking infernal.
He's speaking infernal again.
Of course it is.
I know. Something weird. Maybe next session we can move it to my server, because I do have it boosted, so it'd be a little maybe better sound quality. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So my internet connection is fine, but my video connection on Discord keeps jumping between red,
Yeah.
yellow, and green. So I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what
weird.
that's
don't
all
know.
about.
Discord has problems every once in a
It
while.
does. For Belv, it's quite a lot. So as you
Would you
all...
guys we turn our videos off?
It wasn't me the
Yeah, well-
last game.
No, I know. It won't matter for you. It's just his
No.
computer. Yeah. Well, as you guys get closer to the exit, I'll take quick perception rolls from everybody. Just a straight roll, please.
Ugh. That's been the worst thing I've ever rolled
Yeah.
constantly was perceptions. No matter what game I'm in.
So a roll from Belv, please. I don't think you've rolled yet. Ah, Belv, you hit my DC.
It's
Yeah, 17. Perfect. Because you have minus 1, which was my DC. Belvedere, right at the entrance to the mine, caught beneath like a half-rusted, broken door, you find another little piece of parchment. And your perception would also
Okay.
catch signs of... There's a forest in the distance as soon as you come out, about maybe 100 feet in front of you. Not a big forest, kind of like what you see as you exit. And you hear what sounds like someone singing a melancholy tune. And this is the piece of paper you pick up, sir. It is a map. It's got an X at the Briganock mine where it says you are here, and it says you are in Yon. Doesn't make any sense to you, but you now know where you currently are. There's other things that say Lockberry Henge, Fey beacons, and the Mother Horn. Wade, you would know that the Mother Horn is Endelin's lair from our game. And in the distance...
This is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, in the distance you hear something singing. It's close to 10 o'clock. Would you like to hear the song now or next session?
Both.
We
Less
will
than 4
end.
minutes.
We will end with it and start with it. I wandered yon with starlit eyes, where dream lights danced in velvet skies. I sang to moons and chased the breeze through tangled clouds and silver seas. In hither's hush and shadowed green, I searched where once our steps had been. The bogs were thick with sorrow's call, but you, my light, were none at all. I begged the witch, I begged the trees, I whispered through the willow's knees, but neither time nor trick nor spell could say where you had gone or fell. And so with weary roots and stem I turned my back on fay and gem. No prize in court, no wish in glade could trade the truth for which I strayed. Then soft as dusk I'll one step more through Tither's ever-changing door, in hope you fly up in the sky to save my heart so I won't cry. I searched the wild, the far, the fay, but love had never gone away. Your bloom not lost, but wanting true, and I'll eventually come home to bloom with you. And you see, wandering out towards you guys, a 3-foot dandelion with a rapier. It looks at you and goes, "Who the fuck are you? Wait. You look familiar. Can you help me find my girlfriend? I don't know where the fuck she is." I'm Amador, by the way. Amador the Dandelion. At your pleasure. Who the fuck are you? We'll find that out next
I don't
session.
know.
I'm Alan. This is my entourage.
Well, Entourage, I have a job for you.
Oh dear lord.
As I mentally just think, oh, dandy.
Uh-huh.